Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Certainly. While I don't have direct access to the content of Niels Tanis's presentation at NDC Porto 2023, I can provide you with a general tutorial on securing a .NET application, including best practices and code examples. This guide will cover several aspects of application security, including authentication, authorization, data protection, and secure coding practices. Securing your .NET application. 1. Authentication. Authentication is the process of verifying the identity of a user. In a .NET application, you can use ASP.NET Identity for user management. Example, setting up ASP.NET Identity. Sharp / in your startup.cs file. Public void configure services, iservicecollection services. Services.add DB context application DB context, options equals. Options.usesqlserver, configuration.getconnectionstring, default connection. Services.add identity application user, identity role. .add entity framework stores application DB context. .add default token providers. Services.add controllers with views. 2. Authorization. Authorization determines what an authenticated user is allowed to do. You can use role-based or policy-based authorization in ASP.NET Core. Example, role-based authorization. Sharp / in your controller. Authorize, roles equals admin. Public iAction result admin dashboard. Return view. 3. Data protection. Data protection is crucial for securing sensitive information. ASP.NET Core provides data protection APIs to encrypt and decrypt data. Example, encrypting sensitive data. Sharp Public class data protection service. Private read-only iData protector _ protector. Public data protection service, iData protection provider. _ protector equals provider.create protector, your purpose string. Public string protect, string plain text. Return _ protector.protect, plain text. Public string unprotect, string protected text. Return _ protector.unprotect, protected text. 4. Secure communication. Always use HTTPS to protect data in transit. You can enforce HTTPS in your .NET application. Example, enforcing HTTPS. Sharp / in your startup.cs file. Public void configure, iApplication Builder app, iWeb host environment env. App use HTTPS redirection. App user outing. App use authentication. App use authorization. App use endpoints, endpoints equals. Endpoints.map controllers. 5. Input validation and output encoding. To protect against injection attacks, example SQL injection, XSS, always validate user input and encode output. Example, input validation using data annotations. Sharp Public class user model. Required string length, 100. Public string name get, set. Email address. Public string email get, set. Example, output encoding. HTML. Add HTML.encode, model.name. 6. Logging and monitoring. Implement logging to monitor your application for suspicious activities. Use ASP.NET Core's built-in logging or a third-party library like Serolog. Example, logging with Serolog. Sharp Public void configure services, iservicecollection services. log.logger equals new logger configuration. .write to .file, log/myapp.txt, rolling interval.day. .create logger. Services.add logging builder equals logging builder.add ilog. 7 regular updates and patching. Keep your .NET framework and libraries up to date to protect against known vulnerabilities. 8 security headers. Implement security headers to protect against common vulnerabilities. Example, adding security headers. Csharp. Public void configure, iApplication Builder app, iWeb host environment env. App use, async, context, next, equals. Context.response.headers.add, x content type options, no sniff. Context.response.headers.add, x frame options, deny. Context.response.headers.add, XXSS protection, 1, mode equals block. Await next. App use HTTPS redirection. App user outing. App use authentication. App use authorization. Conclusion. Securing your .NET application requires a multifaceted approach that includes implementing authentication and authorization, protecting sensitive data, enforcing secure communication, validating input, logging, and keeping your application up to date. By following these best practices, you can significantly reduce the risk of security vulnerabilities in your application. For more specific details and advanced security techniques, I recommend looking for the actual presentation or related materials from Niels, Tanis, or other security experts.